ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever edition of The Horror Guys.
Absolutely.
And give you a little bit of an idea of what we're all about is we just love horror movies. A couple guys love horror movies.
Yes.
We got tired of talking on the phone about them. We thought, you know what, with all of our theories and all of everything, why don't we do a show and let everybody else chime in and think
Absolutely.
and give us their thoughts as well.
So we're starting out with
Our favorite movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My all-time favorite and your all-time favorite.
Halloween. And what a perfect time. The trailer just got released for the new movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. But we're going to play it in the background. But first, if you're not familiar with the Halloween movies.
All right, so we wanted to play the original ending of Halloween 78, but, you know, YouTube and their restrictions.
We didn't think that would fly.
No.
We don't want to get banned right away.
Right, and they're going to flag us anyway, so what the hell. We decided to do our own version of it.
Yeah, I thought we did all right.
So take a look at that.
Check it out. This is our version of Halloween. Oh, what a horrible day. Was that the boogeyman?
Matter of fact, it was.
All right, welcome back. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you're still with us,
Then you're a hardcore Halloween fan because that was pretty terrible. But that's okay. We're all in good fun. All in good fun.
So there are a few things you should know, and you probably can't really see this very well, but you can probably find this online.
But this is important, though, because
It
a
is.
lot of people seem really confused about this.
Well, a lot of people think, wasn't Laurie Strode dead? What happened after Halloween 2? Aren't they brother and sister?
Exactly.
Isn't Michael Myers supernatural, for instance?
Here's the thing, though. If you're a hardcore Halloween fan, you know that the timeline jumps.
Right.
If you are a hardcore fan, then you know the timeline of Halloween.
Yeah. Well, somebody had actually wrote in an article recently about how Halloween's kind of like the choose your path of horror movies.
And it is.
You can go any way with it.
But with this one, it's important to know that there's three things that you need to know about the new Halloween. It ignores every sequel made after the original 1978 movie.
And as I mentioned, Michael Myers and Laurie Strode are no longer brother and sister. That was actually introduced in the second Halloween, which is also cut from the continuity.
But I have a theory, though. Bear with me for a second.
Okay.
What if, now just hypothetically speaking, I know some fans will see this and probably jump all over me for this one, but what if, at the end of this movie, the middle of this movie, they really do go with the brother-sister theory? It can happen. Think about it.
No, actually, I'm kidding. It totally could happen. You know? And the reason why I think that there is a slight, and I say it's a slight possibility, but it is a slight possibility, and the reason why is because David Gordon Green was not really willing to commit 100% to not making them siblings. And the fact that they do mention it in the trailer and in the movie means one of two things. Either one, they really are just trying to clarify, which probably is true.
Right.
There also could be that they're setting it up, foreshadowing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. It's very possible that they could end up being sisters, brother and sister. If you really want to throw a wrench into the system.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
But here's the thing too that I thought was interesting. This is a lot of things that I said to people too when they were talking about the movie itself. I think a lot of what got Carpenter to come back into play with this is that I think they took into consideration that he hated the Halloween 2 storyline.
It was one
Absolutely
of the,
hated it.
and making them brother and sister was one thing that he really
didn't want to do
regretted.
it. That man said he sat there, wrote that script with a 6-pack of beer
Yeah, he
and a
was
pack
drunk.
of cigarettes every night.
And he had nowhere to go, and that's
Exactly.
where
He didn't want to do it.
He didn't
like
really
it.
want to do the movie.
No, that's the thing. He never wanted to do a sequel to Halloween at all.
No.
So I think them taking that theory and throwing it out the window was a huge thing in bringing him back.
Yeah.
And I think it's smart of them to know that, to be knowledgeable enough to know that.
And it also goes into, there was a lot of, the script had to be written a certain way also to bring Jamie Lee Curtis back to play Laurie Strode, which we could talk a little bit as well, which will lend to some more theories about how does this thing end.
That's a good question.
Who knows?
You know we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get to
We
that.
will get to that. But
Last
first,
tip, though, that you need to know, although it's called Halloween, it's not a remake of the original, but it's a follow-up 40 years later.
we already did the remake thing. We don't want to go back down that road.
No, and that's the thing. A lot of the things, dude, I have notes. I was prepared for this. Let me tell you. A lot of the stuff that I liked about it is how they took and put all the Easter eggs in for the hardcore fans. Once again, you may have killed every sequel after Halloween 78.
Yeah.
But the Easter eggs that they put in there for people like us,
that's awesome. Another thing that David Gordon Green said. He liked all of the sequels.
Yeah.
So this isn't so much as a poo-poo on all the sequels. This is
not
just,
not at all.
You got to go somewhere new. You couldn't really pick up after Halloween 6. You couldn't pick up after Resurrection. Let's be honest, Resurrection really did not make a lot of sense in the timeline of things.
I'll say this. I didn't hate the movie.
It was a fun movie.
The first 15 minutes of it, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love that part.
If you were to take that movie and make it a standalone movie and not make it Halloween, it was a great movie. But the fact is you that's the weird movie that it just didn't make. Why is Michael killing these people? Why is he there? Because at this point now, it makes more sense for original Michael to be there killing them because he was
in the first 15 minutes of the movie. He got done when he wanted to get done. He
killed
his sister.
Killed his sister.
Yeah,
so he should be done.
In the timeline of the movies, from 4, 5, 6, and so on, this is what he's looking to do. He's trying to wipe out his family.
Right.
That's what he does.
Right. Whether it be for a curse or just because he don't like his family a whole lot.
I do want to say this though. I thought this part it kind of bothered me a little bit, but I kind of get it now. I feel like they could have took from Halloween 2 because the story was so perfect. Your explanation of Dr. Loomis not being there, he died in the fire.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
They could have, yeah.
Okay, they killed the brother-sister angle. That would have played in well if you would have picked up after part 2. They would have kept it in this one.
Right.
So that, I don't know. That kind of bothered me at first because I felt like that was a wide open door to just run with it.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Well, the interesting thing with this too is there was another movie before this, and there's a whole script out there for it, Halloween Returns, which was a very, very similar type of story. That movie opened up a lot like I hope this movie opens up, taking place on that night, October 31st, 1978. And the thing that really stood out to me, if you read that script, there's a part right where they surround Michael Myers. He's trying to get away after Loomis shoots him, and he surrenders. He drops down and puts his hands behind his head. And to me, that created a really interesting.
That's a moment you never see him in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Halloween 5 when he took the mask? Or Halloween
But
5.
see, Michael's smart.
Oh,
and
see,
he
that's
knows.
the thing. They make him. You think he's just okay? He's not a Jason. He's not like a mindless.
Right.
Whatever the hell Jason really is. Who knows?
Right. It's somewhere in between, like Hannibal Lecter but
he may have been that supernatural being in some of the other movies, but he's a human.
Yeah.
And he's not dumb.
And that's what
He knows what he's doing.
And that's what's really great about this one is they're bringing him back to being a human who now has to make wise decisions. Whereas Michael before could walk into gunfire, he could walk into whatever, and really not pay any consequence.
And he's 61 years old.
61-year-old man.
You know.
So, and by the way, those of you who are saying that he should be in a walker and blah blah blah. Listen, I know a lot of 61-year-olds that would kick the hell out of me.
Man,
so
yeah. There was a tweet, and I'll bring it up eventually, but there was a tweet that James U. Courtney put up, and he said that in this entire movie, Nick Castle never walks once. It's not because he can't. It's not because he's too old. It's just the way it was done. He has one scene. We're pretty sure it's the scene where she sees him for the first time, and it's supposed to be a reflection of him, and he does the head tilt. Classic Nick Castle. Classic Michael Myers.
And it makes a lot of sense, being that we think the first time she sees him. So how symbolic is it that the first time Laurie is seeing Michael, that's the first time that Jamie Lee Curtis and Nick Castle are back.
And we talked about this earlier too.
Screen.
A lot of people were saying, well, Nick Castle is Michael Myers. Nick Castle is the walk of Michael Myers. If you watch that trailer, If you watch this trailer,
good luck telling me who's who.
and you exactly, if you don't say that man did not put that down pat and get the walk down and the mannerisms down, and that's one of the things that I find interesting too. The guy that helped make the mask, Christopher Nelson, he worked with James U. Courtney on set how to do the Michael Myers movements, how he was playing the character overall, and that's cool, man. You got a guy that's that passionate, and that's I'm gonna be completely honest with you and tell you this too, because we talked about this before. Back when we even heard about the movie and who was in charge of it. When I heard the name Danny McBride,
Oh, he's a comedian.
I was completely lost faith in it. I was skeptical.
He's the guy from Eastbound and Down. He's Kenny Powers, you know.
This guy's never been taken seriously in a movie role once.
Right.
And he's going to write one of the best horror movies ever. It actually pissed me off. But reading the articles, seeing the trailer, seeing everybody that's involved, these guys are passionate as hell, man.
Well, I initially thought that they were a group of guys who were going to make a movie to make money. Let's be honest with John Carpenter. He's been kind of flaky in the movies recently. He's not done a lot. No. So I thought, it's not that unrealistic to think that John Carpenter comes back for a paycheck.
Right.
These guys, I thought maybe these were a couple comedians who may be fans, but really thought this is a great way for us to make a buck, and we're really good at running the hype machine.
Right.
I've been proven wrong.
Same here.
From the moment the mask showed up, and I saw the mask and everything else, and I heard the story and what they wanted to do with it. I love this, by the way, this closet, trying to shut the closet,
awesome.
And he's in there.
Absolutely awesome.
I mean, this is brilliant right here. I mean, and the way he just raises the knife.
Oh, man.
Come on, if that doesn't get you ready.
Seriously. They said that Jamie Lee Curtis did an interview, and when she showed the trailer for the first time, and they didn't show it to all of us, but to everybody else first.
A little salty about that.
Yeah, still am. She said the exact words that this movie's going to scare the shit out of you. If that scene doesn't do it alone...
Yeah. Think about that tonight when you're putting your kids to bed, when you're babysitting, whatever it is you're doing. Think about that. Your kids might be sleeping with you, and hopefully you don't have a closet, because
absolutely
that is terrifying. Not Jamie Lee Curtis is not terrifying.
Anything that was released, man, we try to get as much up as possible as we could. Some of these pictures, just look at that, man. Like,
she's ready to go for this.
You
know what's funny is Jamie Lee Curtis hates horror movies.
Right.
She won't even watch these.
Well, for the longest time, she never wanted to do Halloween ever again.
Right.
She came back for H2O. She did a small bit in Resurrection. Did you think 40 years later you'd ever see her back in this role again?
Whenever, honestly, when I saw that when she died at the end of Resurrection, I thought that's it.
Yeah.
And what's funny is they announced, if I'm not mistaken, they announced that she was coming back before they announced the synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
So they announced Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, and I remember thinking, this doesn't make any sense. She's dead. Exactly. You know, Laurie Strode's dead.
And I think that was everybody's thought.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, now that you know the timeline of the movie, get over the fact that she was killed.
Get over it. And not only that, let's be honest. They're saying that this is going to be the last one. This will not be the last Halloween.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to read something. Because I'll tell you what, I found this, and I found it really interesting. And this is a quote by Danny McBride, who I was very hesitant on at first. He said, we were going to shoot 2 of them back to back.
2 movies.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we were like, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This would come out and everybody could hate us. Case in point, it could.
Could. Still could.
And we'd never work again. So let's not have to sit around for a year while we wait for another movie to come out that we know that people aren't going to like. All right, so they're being level-headed. Okay. I get it. So we were like, let's just learn from this and see what works and what doesn't. But we definitely have an idea of where we want to go with this branch of the story, and hopefully we get a chance to do it. And that tells you right there.
There's more coming.
Exactly.
Listen, if this turns out the way I think it's going to turn out, and they continue the level of passion that they have for this, they can make as many damn Halloween movies as they want. Michael will probably be Supernatural again at some point.
But here's the question, though. Now we're talking a little bit about the ending and maybe a possible sequel. How do you see this movie ending? Because my take, you kill them both. They kill each other.
I thought about that.
But if you do an eventual sequel...
You can't kill Michael if you're doing a sequel.
And it did... Apparently, the ending was not liked at the test screenings. So they went back and
changed the ending.
So obviously, when the DVD Blu-ray comes out, we're going to
get
an alternate ending.
Both versions.
So it's tough to say.
I think that there's a strong possibility, and this could have been the ending that they originally did that had to change, that Michael just flat out kills Laurie and walks off. And honestly, nobody catches him and gets away.
If you're going to do a sequel...
You almost have to do it.
You know she's not going to come back for another one.
She's done after
this. Is it.
She even said many times, I'm closing the chapter of this character. However,
as a matter of fact,
this character's end meets her end.
Carpenter's done after this one.
He's not coming back. Right.
It's going to be McBride and crew.
I think what they want to do is they want to create a movie that gives you a definitive ending to the Halloween story.
Yeah. Right.
That doesn't mean that there's not going to be more Halloween movies.
Right.
But it's going to be one, and this one will be its own timeline. And then anything they do after this will kind of branch off into its own things, into a third or fourth, however many timelines we're up to now, 5 timelines.
It's quite a few.
And whether or not you count the remakes as another timeline or not.
See, I count those as separate movies, honestly.
I honestly do too. They're just different. But to be honest with you, I really think that that's the way they're going to do it. They're going to leave it open to where you can interpret it as the ending. So what does that mean? Does Michael die? Is he severely injured? Does he disappear? Does he get locked up again? Does he kill Laurie and get locked up again?
Real quick, while it's up here, though, the hype train.
This is great.
The hype train for that trailer.
By the way, the pumpkin even, it looks exactly like the one in the...
They pissed off so many people.
Yeah, intentionally.
But that hype train, though, the tweets, the teases up until the trailer dropped.
It was perfect.
Dude,
let me ask you
what
this.
they're doing.
When was the last time that they had to release a trailer for a trailer? I've never seen that before. Halloween fans are crazy.
Yeah, dude, we're diehard people.
We are.
Don't play, man. We want our movie. We want it now.
We want it now.
We wanted to see what everybody else got to see before we did. Dude, Mexico got to see it before.
I just wonder if we start treating release the movie now, if maybe we get the movie by August.
Shit. Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, as of, I think it was this, I think it starts today, they're doing reshoots again. They're doing scenes where they were looking for high school kids.
Which, by the way, is normal for any movie. It's not unusual for a movie to go to reshoot. It's not even unusual for a movie to reshoot.
It's not going to stall the premiere of it. It's still going to come out in October.
Hell, even we reshot our little Halloween ending 3 or 4 times.
That we did, because we laughed most of the time.
We did laugh most of the time. You probably did too, or you got disgusted.
But these pictures, man.
This is great.
I have a ton of these still that we have to pull up, but man, I mean, to me...
This poor girl.
Yeah, she's going to bite.
Wrong place, wrong time. I mean, he's like right there.
You know there's about to be a knife fight coming right here.
Yeah. Although this is really stupid on Laurie's part. You don't go after Michael Myers with a knife. That's his thing.
I mean, maybe human Michael Myers, yeah. But, you know.
Even human, though. I don't want to get... This raises goosebumps.
Let me say, I'm glad you brought that up because...
Sorry, I don't mean to jump, but this looks like he's walking away and she's not letting him go.
Right.
Don't you get that vibe from that picture?
If they pull some Rob Zombie shit like they did in Devil's Rejects, like flip the script, dude, tell me that's not messed up. Like, if he becomes almost a victim, she becomes more the aggressor.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I mean, I hope they don't.
Well, you know, it would be easy to do because, let's be honest, we're twisted. Well, yeah. Michael Myers is our hero of this movie. He is the hero.
Absolutely.
But we like Laurie, too, though, so...
I'm Team Michael on this one.
I'm Team Michael, too. You know why? Because, you know, this... I mean, look at him.
How could you not be on the team with this guy?
Somebody compared it to, like, he's the Terminator, and she's Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. And it's very similar. It's almost the same story.
Yeah.
You know, she's waited all these years. She knows he's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
That was Terminator 2 in a nutshell. She's waited all these years. Look at this.
Dude, that scene alone right there, man.
I mean, the mask is just Jason Blum.
But that hype train.
This guy,
guess what? Halloween trailer is dropping Friday. Boom.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit right there that it pissed us off, not knowing when it was going to come out, but when they do stuff like that, dude, that made every Halloween fan was happy as shit, and we were waiting for that Friday.
You know what? And they delivered. They said it's going to be out early June. It came out early June. We were bitching June 1st. Where the hell is the trailer? We were texting back and forth.
I said, if June 1st, that trailer don't drop. We're going to
find out where he lives.
I'm knocking on the damn door.
Blum's house.
Yeah, I'm going to Blum's house.
Excuse me, sir, the trailer?
Exactly. You said early June. It's June 1st. But hey, man, listen, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's take a break.
Maybe take a break.
Yep, and we'll come
gather ourselves. We'll be right back. Hopefully we And we're back.
Listen, man, before we jumped all over the place.
We did. We were excited.
Oh, dude, I've been excited for the past 2 weeks. We've been talking about this. But here's the thing. I want to talk about that trailer. I was like a kid on Christmas Eve, okay? Counting down the hours when that trailer was going to drop. I didn't even know the time until, like, I think early that morning it was going to drop at 10 o'clock.
I was stuck at work, okay?
I know.
And I could have watched it at work, but my wife didn't get off work till, like, 5. Mm-hmm. And she, while not the Halloween fan that I am. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I believe, the first Halloween movie she ever saw was Rob Zombie's first remake.
Ooh.
And she didn't like it.
Bad way to start, yeah.
So when I said, let's watch Halloween, the original, she was like, I didn't like Halloween. You trust me to like Halloween. So she became a fan over time, and then, of course, she got on the hype train with this. I'm showing her everything, and she got pumped. So had to wait for her to watch a trailer.
Let me just say, isn't that not the best thing in the world when you love a movie so much, you can draw other people into it too,
God,
and get them to jump on board,
Yeah.
man. Oh, I love
Dude,
it.
and I want to show anybody this trailer who's willing to watch. Even, you know,
And I know
like,
I'm going to jump off track for 1 second, dude. I'm one of those kind of people that I will make you watch Halloween, and just to make sure you pay attention, I will give your ass a quiz.
quiz. You got it
afterwards,
written
man.
out like
And
A,
my
B, C.
favorite question to stump everybody on. What row and plot number is Judith Myers buried in?
Oh, I don't even know. That's crazy. Whoa, how do you even... No, because they say it, though, when they're going. He says
As
it.
he's walking, it's row 18, plot 20.
Row 18, plot 20.
And that is one of my favorite questions, and you would
know what's
not
interesting
believe
about
the
that?
people.
Flip it, 2018.
Uh-huh.
2018 is when the movie's coming out.
They knew. They knew.
They
We're
knew.
gonna do this 40
We're
years.
going to do it 40 years. We're going to do a real sequel.
And Donald Pleasance probably wanted to be in it. Like, if he knew... Dude, that man said in an interview one time that they were going to stop until 100 Halloween films.
Yeah.
I wish he was still here.
He did say, I will do any Halloween film you want me to do.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I mean, he did, 1995 or 6?
That
right
it was
after...
after part 6.
And they even had to film some of it without him because he had already passed. By the way, big fan of Donald Pleasance. And I mean, he made...
Nobody can play the Dr. Loomis character like
He is as synonymous with Halloween as Michael Myers is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or as he's as important as John Carpenter is. I mean, really, he honestly...
No, he is. There's no Halloween without Dr. Loomis.
No. He's a great character for 15 years.
We're going to have a Dr. Loomis list.
Right.
That's a new word for today. Halloween, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be really tough.
It is. That's the one thing that's going to be missing. But you can't. There's nothing you can't bring in somebody else to play.
No.
You know.
Listen, Malcolm McDowell was decent.
He
for
did
his
an
role.
okay job. Although they jacked the character up a little bit. He became like a selfish.
And I hate to jump off track, but he was an asshole in part 2.
Exactly. He became like a selfish prima donna,
asshole.
and that's not Dr. Loomis. Well, Dr. Loomis is because let's be honest, if Dr. Loomis wasn't this super nice guy that cared about other people, he'd stay far away from this Michael Myers
Listen,
crap.
if somebody said, "Look, you're a whacked out patient of so many odd years, decided to, he broke free," and like, I'm going the other way.
Right. That sucks.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Right. You do what you're gonna do. I'm out, dude.
I'm a doctor. I'm not a police officer.
Exactly. And here's the thing, man, about the trailer again. Like, I had chills, man. 10 o'clock hit. Found the trailer. Hit that play button, and I legit had chills.
I was nervous because I was afraid that it was going to disappoint. I was afraid that. First of all, because I'm excited for myself, and I'm excited because I want my wife to be excited as well. Because we're planning on going. We have the day off work. I mean, we're going.
This is a movie that if you don't see in theater, shame on you.
Oh God,
shame
you're missing
on
out.
you. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I was like, not only am I nervous that I won't like it, I'm nervous she won't like it, and she's going to put a damper on the whole thing. I really hope they did this right.
Yeah.
There's no question. I mean, no question about it all. Actually, there was not really much of a question even after they did the teasers and stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
And then I asked her after the trailer, what do you think? And she said, I'm more excited now than what I was before I saw this. So, and I know that's everybody's reaction. And if that's not your reaction, you know nothing about the Halloween films.
No, and that's the thing. You have casual fans that are going to think this is the original Halloween coming out. They don't know. They don't know.
Some people may be
Those are the ones
introduced
that
to
are
this.
confused.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to touch on this. It's a tough one for me to admit. I'm going to be honest with you. I absolutely love Halloween 2. The original Halloween 2 from 1981. I think it was a great follow-up to the first one.
It was. It took place in the same night.
Yes.
Picked up right where it
I don't
left
care that
off.
it took place years later. It still took
Right.
place in the same
and they
night.
did such a great job of filming everything and making it.
A lot of people shit on Dick Warlock's version of Michael Myers. I thought he was great.
He did a really good job.
he was
Listen,
great.
of all the Michael Myers portrayals, you can hardly point out that Dick Warlock was the worst. I mean,
not at all.
He wasn't Nick Castle,
No.
but Dick Warlock was a good Michael Myers.
He, just the way he put his own touch on it.
He did. He glided a little bit more. He was smoother.
But he was scary, though. That's the
He
thing.
was scary.
The dude, when he was walking after you, that's a scary look,
He
man.
did.
Like, you look back and see that shit,
Yeah.
I'm running
I
even
think
faster, okay?
of the scene when he picks the nurse up and her shoes fall off.
Love that scene. That's my favorite scene in the whole movie, dude. But, okay, this is very tough for me to admit. After seeing the trailer for this one, and I don't even know, this is really tough. I'm not gonna
The world's
pull any
watching.
punches here, man. I really feel like this is the sequel though that we should have gotten in the first place.
Yeah, I think this is probably more along the lines of what Carpenter would have wanted to do had he had the option.
Well,
and I'm sure in the back
he touched on that because he didn't like the story at all.
He didn't like it. He wrote it. He was being pushed into doing this movie, the second Halloween. He was drinking while doing it. He didn't know where to go. That's how we got. It's so funny how the whole brother and sister thing took on a life of its own because he just threw that in there.
Yeah.
I think that if John Carpenter had his way, there would have not been another Halloween movie made between then and now. Yeah. And we know he didn't like Rob Zombie's movies. So,
no, but the question is, and that poses a really good question, though. And I think you're right. I think absolutely. I think he would have rather have done 78 and then had this. I've been approached at this time still. But that's the question, though. Had they not done this entire Halloween franchise, and it wouldn't have been as popular as it is today, would they have done this 40 years later?
And it's possible that they wouldn't have because you wait so long, and is it... I remember thinking that when they did Scream 4, this is going off of another track, I remember thinking, wow, they're doing this at the perfect time. They went, and then it didn't do very well.
No.
Which is a shame, because I love the movie, but...
I feel like that series should have stopped at 3.
Reality it should have. In reality it should have, but... Come on, as a horror movie junkie, anytime, and it could go the same for Halloween. Let's be honest, this Halloween movie could look like total dog doo-doo, and we'd still be happy to see it. Yeah. I think it's just a nice little bonus that it looks awesome.
Man, and that's the thing. If you watch this trailer and you don't like what you see,
I don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't. If this doesn't please the everyday Halloween fan. I mean,
whether it stays true to everything. It doesn't piss on anything in the series.
No. As a matter of fact, when we come back, we're going to touch on a lot of the stuff that compares to, like, the Easter eggs, man, the comparison pictures, just all this stuff that they took so much detail in.
I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Oh, me too.
I can't wait to see the stuff. We're going to take a little bit of a break, again, collect ourselves, get back on track, take a few more drinks, and we'll be right back. And we're back again. So, one of the things when you think about the new Halloween movie, any Halloween movie, how does it compare to the original? The original is a classic. The original is a masterpiece.
You'll never beat it.
And while we don't know, because we haven't seen the movie, there are some things that really give us a lot of hope. If you compare some of the pictures from 1978 film to the new one, it looks like there was really extra care taking place.
And not even just 78, but you look at just all the sequels, because this is more or less your comparison pictures, your Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, everything,
the attention to detail,
yeah.
Man. So I'm going to pull up this first one, and just as simple as this, man.
It's Haddonfield down here, it's Haddonfield up here, right?
You got the classic picture of Lori, Linda, and Annie walking down the sidewalk, and then you have 2018's version of Lori's granddaughter and her two friends walking down Haddonfield sidewalk, and it just, look at it. It's just, come on, man.
And something I want to point out, this was filmed in California in 1978.
Yep.
This was filmed in Charleston, South Carolina, which, by the way, I've been to Charleston on several occasions.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful city. If you ever get a chance, go, definitely. And now that you have more of a reason to go, because you get to check out a lot of this filming.
Dude, there was a reporter that said they were allowed on set one night, and it was the night that they filmed the scene where he was in the closet. So that was what they got to see live and in person, okay?
They actually saw that scene.
Yeah, they saw this scene happen. But they said that they made that look so much like Haddonfield that it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like they said they walked into, was it South Carolina?
Yeah, Charleston.
They walked into Haddonfield.
It's amazing, because if you've ever been to South Carolina, Charleston, it's an old colonial style, and it's a very hipster kind of city. I don't know if hipster's the right kind of way. There's restaurants and coffee shops and bars, and it's really an involved hopping downtown. You wouldn't think Haddonfield, Illinois.
No, but they said that they felt like they walked right into Haddonfield. Let me bring up this other one, man. I just the attention to detail here is just okay. Look at the original 1978. Now this one has a lot to it. You bring up the 1978 version where old Lonnie here, get your ass away from there.
Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Exactly. Runs into old Michael Myers there at school. But then you have the scene where Dick Warlock runs into his son. Yeah, a lot of people maybe not know that. That was his son. And he's carrying a boombox. Now we come over to 2018. Here's Michael Myers running into a group of kids, one carrying a boombox, which is a throwback to Halloween 2, And my buddy here pointed out
The pirate guy with the
exactly the kid dressed like the pirate was just
whatever
like the kid
was
from Halloween.
By the way, what was wrong with that kid's mouth? Is that supposed
I'm
to
thinking
be
he got
related?
the apple with the razor blade.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's what I always thought.
That makes sense because I was always wondering what the deal was.
Dude, again, the comparison picture, the attention to detail, these are the Easter eggs
Yeah.
that if you're a true Halloween fan and you don't appreciate what they're doing right here, shame
And
on
another
you.
thing I want to point out with this is the way, if you look at the up here in this picture, the way he stops him like this.
Yeah.
In the trailer, he stops him like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is only something a total Halloween nerd would point out. The way the coveralls fit him is even perfect. The way, just the way he moves and stops the kid. It hasn't been done like that since at least 1981.
Right. This one here, man, like, again, classic scene.
Yeah.
You got him after he killed old Bob there in the kitchen. He puts on the ghost sheet. And you have 2018. Now, we don't know who's under there.
I assume, you know what I think, who I think it is?
I'd love to know.
I want to say that I think it's the babysitter who's killed. He puts it over her head.
That's a good point.
Because if you look in the trailer, when Lori sees Michael, we could add this to our theory scene, but since we have the picture,
no, you're right, yeah.
There's a cop who comes in and finds her, and there's a jack-o'-lantern in the fish tank.
Right.
And there's a scene in the trailer where Lori, when she sees him in the mirror, if you look to the left in the
There's
other room,
somebody else
there's
in
somebody
there.
else in there, and when the gunshot goes off, he looks. I think that Michael Myers is in the other room. The cop is in this room discovering the body. That's what I think.
I tell you the truth, I don't think she's actually seeing Michael Myers at all.
I think she'd have the kind of H2O style delusions.
Yeah, because if you think about it, I think she shot a mirror. I think it was
She
a mirror
did shoot the
image.
mirror, yeah.
It was a mirror image of him.
But was it a reflection of him, or was she just seeing it?
That's a good question. But that's also the scene where everybody feels that Nick Castle actually did that role.
And not only that would make sense. It's kind of like seeing the ghosts of her past, kind of, and nobody believes her that Michael's coming back, I'm sure.
No,
Just nobody ever believes the Dr. Loomis character.
They're going to think that she's a delusional old woman that is just being stupid.
Because she has been for 40 years.
Well, we're going to talk about that too, because I have a theory on that also. But take a look at this one, and it just, again, here's 1988's Halloween 4, and look at 2008.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's the same setup.
The same gas station setup, man. And, okay, from the trailer, we obviously know that in 88, we know that Michael went in there, took the guy's coveralls, all that fun stuff. He was still bandaged up from being in the hospital. 2018, what do we see in that trailer? Same thing. Guy's dead over there on the floor. Yeah. We know he took the coveralls. Yep. It just the stuff, man. Yeah. Just the comparison stuff.
It goes into what.
Yeah, man.
It's like putting all the movies into one, but in a good way and not in very organized.
You killed everything after 78, but you still put the stuff in there for people like us. You know, and that's what I like about it. And this right here is one of my favorite ones. You don't say this is attention to detail.
Yeah. Because they could have totally gotten away with not putting that there.
Yes. He got stabbed in 78 with the knitting needle, and damn it, if in 2018 he doesn't have a hole in his neck.
Right in the side of the mask.
Now you tell me that is not attention to detail right there.
It's great. That combined with missing an eye from the hanger.
Yes, dude, that kind of stuff right there.
Yeah.
This is where I almost feel bad about doubting these guys.
Yeah.
Because
they're doing things that we wouldn't have even thought of.
No. And they blew my expectations, 100%. This one, too. Okay, she got stabbed, obviously.
She got the scar.
And she's got... Yep. Now, they did the same thing in H2O, but that no longer exists.
Right.
The fact that they kept that there and made it a thing and a staple of this movie, perfect. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect, man. And you look at this one, look how similar that is.
She's begging to get in the door. There she is. I'm sure he'll be walking across the street. That's another thing. This movie is the first Halloween movie since the original that was made in the middle of a neighborhood. Out in the open. Michael Myers walking amongst the streets, amongst everybody else, in his full getup, because, hey, nobody knows he's in a Halloween costume. You know, I could walk around on Halloween dressed as Michael Myers, no one will bat an eye.
He picked the perfect night to do it.
He definitely did.
I mean, come on.
He definitely
perfect night, man. And this one here, look at that. You got Halloween 2, and you got 2018. Look, it's almost the same facial expression.
Oh, man, I just thought of something. What if she shoots his eyes out in this?
Well, she's only got one eye to shoot this time.
She's only got one eye to shoot.
She's only got one left. So technically, she's only shooting that one.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Exactly. This one. Okay, now let me touch on my theory of this, okay? And I've seen this a lot too, but I did come up with this. I didn't read it from somebody else. This was something I immediately thought, even before they released a trailer or anything else. Laurie Strode is our new Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Think about it. You can never replace the character itself. Right. But she's going to play that role now.
At least for one movie.
She's the one who's trying to keep everyone safe from him, not to mention herself and now her family. Yeah. The exact same thing he was trying to do for how many years? Was stop him.
20-some years.
And now she takes over that role.
At least for one movie, she's our Dr. Loomis.
Exactly. And that's all it needs to be. That's it. But that's the role now that she's going to take over.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Laurie Strode is not the final girl of this movie.
No.
It's her granddaughter.
No, exactly. And if you go into, like we touched again about a sequel, there's your person that can take over from that point.
Right. And
It's still going to be the Strode name.
Right. Even Judy Greer playing Laurie's daughter could take the role now of the Dr. Loomis type character. Or who knows, somebody else could step in. But
this one here I thought was really cool too. Now,
is that Michael?
This isn't.
Okay.
This is somebody
He's got dark hair.
Just a random patient. But I just thought it was cool because here you have him in 78 trying to get in the car, get ready to take off. And it's just the same kind of setup, man, because obviously this is after the bus crashes.
Is that Nick Castle?
That is Nick Castle.
He did that shot.
Yeah.
Did that scene. No kidding.
After the bus crashes, there's a kid and his dad driving down the street. They stop real quick because this guy steps out in front of the car. Obviously, Michael takes his car. So it's going to be reminiscent of Halloween.
It is. And they're wearing kind of the same kind of white.
I mean, it's going to be, man.
The question is, okay, so we know Michael has gray hair because you see it in the bathroom scene. You catch a glimpse of the top of his head, which I love, by the way. I love that.
I'm not 61 and I got gray hair, so
I got a few popping in too.
Hey, just saying, man.
So I love that. No, I love that they did that though. I love that they're showing his age.
Yep.
The question is are we going to see his face? We could say that for theories if you want. But
you know what? I say no.
I don't think so either because they're so big on the mystique of Michael Myers. I think if anything, you might get a flash of something.
Here's the thing.
But it'll be very quick.
We saw Tony Moran's face in Halloween 1.
Yeah.
And I think that's all we needed to see.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that is Michael Myers' face. That's it.
You only see his face one other time, and that's a brief just from here. What was that? I'm sorry.
How was it? Halloween 5?
Down was Halloween 5.
He
took the mask off.
And by then he was all...
Yeah. He had long hair.
Long hair.
And you saw the tear come down his eye. And that movie was built on, you're going to see Michael Myers unmasked. Mm-hmm. And everybody wanted to see it. And all you saw was that eye and a tear. It was like, you fuckers.
Yeah.
But if you pause it in the right area, you can see Don Shank's
and it's
face.
funny because I remember being little and pausing.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I went too far rewinding it.
Even before that scene, when he ends up at the old guy's house, and the old guy takes her for like a year, when he sits up at one point, you see his face clear as can be.
Yeah.
Clear as can be.
Yeah.
So you saw the actor's face, and I guess everybody's like, okay, so we're so used to Jason and the mask coming off and how...
Well, he looks like a monster.
The evolution of how Jason looks more fucked up after every movie. You kind of want to see what Michael Myers looks
like
after
all these movies. But he's just a guy. He's a normal guy. If you show Michael Myers' face, you see an older guy, 61-year-old man. It's really not that exciting.
So it's not something that you need to see, because technically you've already seen it. Right. And I don't think that they... To me, you don't have to touch it.
No. I say you leave the mask on. Yeah. If anything, they did a good job. You see the top of his head. Yeah. You see what you need to see to show an aged Michael Myers. Exactly. But you don't show... First of all, he's not going to look like Tony Moran, so now you've created another plot hole if you have some totally different looking guy that does not resemble...
And let's face it, people are going to bitch about it if
they
do.
Will, of course.
So, I mean, it's just how
it's better. And plus, the mystique of Michael Myers, he's behind the mask.
Absolutely.
You know. And I've even heard people say they really shouldn't have even showed his face in the first one. You know, I've heard people make that argument.
I feel like that was acceptable.
I don't. Well, in my opinion, I felt like it was necessary, and here's why I tell you: because Michael Myers was this shape throughout the entire movie.
Yep.
I felt like at that point in time, it was important to give a glimpse of humanity there.
Yeah.
To remind you that this is a man.
Absolutely.
So
he's not a ghost or a zombie or something or whatever.
Right.
But dude, we touched on all this. We got some more stuff. As soon as we come back, a lot more to talk about.
I'm going to drink some potentially delicious Cidergeist.
Which is like poltergeist in a can.
So if I open this up and like try to take a drink and get sucked into the can,
lead me to the light, Carol.
Just that's it. So let's see.
All right, I want to talk about this mask, man. Okay, here's the thing.
Which, by the way, could make or break a Halloween movie.
And I agree,
as we found out.
But I'm gonna pull up some pictures here. Let's look at the
Oh,
comparison.
it's tart.
You all right, buddy?
Yeah.
You good? You drinking on the job. But then
That's
again,
right.
so am I. So
That's
it's
a
okay.
tall boy there.
That is. That's pretty tall. Look at this. Okay, 78 to 2018.
Me and my dad had this argument because he goes, "Are they using the Captain Kirk mask?" My dad's a huge Star Trek fan, not necessarily a Halloween fan.
But it still kind of plays into the whole thing.
It
though,
does.
man. I mean, hey, Captain Kirk is.
Did
Michael
you know
Myers.
that William Shatner went trick or treating dressed as Michael Myers with that mask on? Took his
I
granddaughter
would
trick or
have loved to
treating.
have seen
He
that
thought it was
picture.
hilarious,
That's
and he
awesome.
did it. Yeah,
That's
he was
awesome.
talking about it in an interview.
Well, let's be honest.
It's the same mask.
Here's Captain Kirk in 1978. Here's Captain Kirk in 2018, and it aged just like
William Shatner. It
Exactly.
actually kind of looks like old William Shatner.
it kind of does.
Just not quite as...
Yeah. It doesn't have like the eyebrows so much stand out on that one. But dude, here's the thing. A lot of people are bitching about the mask already. Let's be honest.
I have heard the complaints. I've had complaints.
Let's-
I've heard good things.
Let's be honest. The main one that I heard that I was not a fan of was that it looks just like Rob Zombie's Halloween mask. It looks nothing.
It looks nothing. First of all,
Absolutely nothing like Rob
Zombie's Halloween mask had, like, by the time the second movie came around, it had a giant... It was gone. Like,
You can see Tyler Maine's face.
Yeah.
His beard was sticking out. He didn't wear the mask.
that was redneck Michael Myers.
Exactly. That looks nothing
No.
like Rob Zombie's Halloween
Honestly,
mask.
this looks like the original mask aged. Like, it looks
Okay.
like the original mask.
Let me tell you a quick
me.
story. I have the original one that they made from years ago. I was, I think, 10 years old when my mom got this for me, okay? Scared the shit out of me with it one night. No, this is no joke. Scared that dude traumatized the shit out of me.
Who
for a
walked
long
in,
time.
Michael Myers standing
Yeah,
there?
dude, in coveralls and a knife.
Oh, she did the whole get up?
And the fucking mask. Scared
Your
the
mother
shit.
put all of this
Yes,
up. That is
my little
awesome.
short-ass mom who looked to be fucking 6 feet tall that day.
You put that stuff
Scared
on.
the shit out of me, okay? Here's the thing, man. I have that mask still. Does it look anything like it remotely did when I got it when I was 10?
Is that the one you had
No.
on the life-size mannequin you had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
Now
looked
look
like...
at the difference, dude. I was 10. I'm going to be 40 in October.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking what? 30 years?
Yeah.
Nothing is going to look the same.
It doesn't. No.
It's gonna start the hair. Number one, he looks like he's bald at the top. Okay,
Right.
The mask itself is going to turn colors.
Right.
They did a good job with this because 40 years later, it's not going to look like this.
No, and again, the only way you could avoid the mask not looking weathered is if you did a whole scene where he got a new mask,
Right.
and, blah, blah, and it's
Right.
been done,
Right.
but
for this one though, the
No.
fact that it's the same mask
Right.
40 years
this is
later.
a different Michael. This is a Michael that once like the scene where he pulls the mask out.
Mm-hmm.
There is something about that specific mask,
Oh, yeah.
not that specific style of mask,
No,
but the
it's
mask.
that mask, yeah.
It's the same one that he wore 40 years ago. I know it's not really the same one that he wore 40 years
Right,
ago,
but
but
still.
in the movie, it's the same one. It's the authentic that he wore 40 years ago.
Yep.
And that's where it's important. And its mask is scary as hell. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's creepy as shit.
Yeah. I mean, does it look the same as the original? No.
No.
But
It's not going to.
but it looks very similar.
Right.
It looks like it could be the same mask.
Absolutely. Now, I think, and this is just me, there's some scenes, because you touched on this and you make absolute sense, that the mask looks different in every shot.
It does.
And it's going to. Lighting's going to be different. Everything.
And that's the way the original masks were.
Here's the Halloween 2 mask. Okay, this is from 1984.
Which is ironically the same mask as
Yeah.
in the first one. It's just stained with cigarettes.
And now this is the thing, though. People didn't bitch about the appearance of that one.
And that was supposed to be the same night.
Why are you bitching about the appearance of a mask 40
You know,
years
the
later?
problem I think is if the zombie movies were never made, this wouldn't be a discussion.
No, I don't think so either.
It's only because people have a bad taste left in their mouth, and they are saying that this
Let's
is
be
the-
honest. He pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, he pissed
Okay.
John Carpenter off. You
It
know?
took me 3 times to see the first one
Right.
and actually watch it for what it was and not
Right.
sit there and go, this fucking was terrible, because it's not.
Right. And I'm kind of at that point too. Like I have to watch it again, and I plan on watching it again. And maybe we could do something later on
Yeah.
and touch on it. I feel like I need to watch it again as you have, because while there are moments in the movies that I think like he had some good ideas.
Yeah.
First of all, I'll admit Rob Zombie is not my favorite director.
Okay.
He's got a style that
Let me say this real quick, though. I appreciate the backstory. albeit very foul
Yeah.
and very white trashy.
It was
Do we need a backstory on Michael Myers? Absolutely not.
right.
Absolutely not. Do we get little bits of it throughout the whole franchise of the original Halloween series? Yeah, we got
build
a
up
little
all
bit.
the time.
But did we need a white trash, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that version of him? No, we didn't. But he gave us that. But my problem was, as soon as it went into the remake aspect, it went like this.
Well,
It was
when it got
quick.
right, the meat and potatoes of what Halloween is, which is that night, him stalking the babysitters, it was.
Everything happened.
I was excited about the backstory.
Yep.
But let's be honest, the movie wasn't long enough to fit all that in.
No, it could have been
And
easily a
there
2.5
were some
hour
interesting things about. I also didn't care for a 7-foot Michael Myers. Because, again, the thing that always scared me about Michael Myers is he's a guy about my size.
He's an everyday person.
He's an everyday guy, and it can happen. It has happened.
Dude, I've had debates with people. There's people in life that are scared of ghosts, demons, stuff like that. My comparison with a friend of mine was this. You can think Linda Blair is scary, and that the whole exorcist thing could happen to a real person. I, on the other hand, said, any average, everyday person, you can put on that mask
Pair of coveralls.
and start killing people tomorrow.
Yeah, it could happen.
Before
It
you're going to
has
lay in a
happened.
bed possessed, spitting up green shit.
Right.
This is more scary to me.
And I don't want to jump down anybody. Here, I'm going to go a step further. If you put Linda Blair in one room, in real life Michael Myers in another room, and I have nowhere else to go,
Listen, I'm going to go in there.
I'm going to Linda Blair's room.
Yes.
And please don't puke on me. Please don't possess me.
No.
But listen, Michael Myers is in the other room,
Yes.
and that bitch is probably going to hop up off the bed and run too.
I will walk into that room, and on speed dial, I'll have an old priest and a young priest. And I'm going to go in there knowing I'm going to go in there and do it.
Right.
I walk in a room with him, I'm not coming out of that room.
You're not coming out.
There's a big difference.
No.
But listen, this mask to me, again, if you're going to bitch about the new one, then you got to bitch about Halloween too because it's dirty.
Yeah.
But
And that was the same night. It broke continuity right there.
okay, look about it. The man went through, storyline-wise, an hour and a half of a movie.
Right.
Of course the mask's going to look
He's
fucked
gonna
up.
look dirty. He got
got
shot.
shot.
He
Yeah,
fell out of
exactly.
one. He probably didn't get right
No.
back up. He probably crawled away from which I want to talk about that when we get to theories. But
Oh, yeah. And now this one.
there's the man right
again,
there, Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock, who again, I still say the man played a great Michael Myers. You can debate that all you want to.
And
I
actually,
think
I've seen interviews with the guy. You've met him, correct?
I did.
He seems like a
3
sweet
different
guy.
times. One of the nicest people you ever meet. He actually was the first Michael Myers I ever met. And this is, I'll put myself out there. Again, my mom scared the shit out of me. That traumatized me for a lot of years, let me tell you. I met him at a convention. The man, I met this little old guy. And I was like, wait, this is Michael Myers? I thought to myself, why the fuck am I scared of that?
Right.
It's just this little old guy, one of the nicest people you ever meet, man. And just hard to believe he actually played a fucking psycho killer.
Psycho
you
killer,
know?
one of the most prolific serial killers of all
But
time.
dude, and you look at this one, I thought this was awesome. That is
That's great.
that is, dude. I'll tell you what. These guys on Instagram. We give them a plug later in the show, man. Follow Michael Myers on Instagram. Follow Halloween H40 on Instagram. These guys put up some great fucking pictures. But this is a comparison of 2018 and 78, and dude, they fit together, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's again the attention to detail that these guys did. I mean,
It's
it's unbelievable.
It's almost perfect.
The
man.
cheeks are always to me the make or break part of the mask. You know.
And this is the up close version.
Now tell me you're not going to shit yourself if you see that guy coming after you wearing that mask.
I don't give a shit how beat up, whether it is. It's 40 years later.
Right.
We don't know where that mask has been.
Right.
We don't know who's had that mask over the years.
No.
Obviously,
We have our theories.
Well, right. Obviously, he got picked up.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole ending changed. So he got shot. He fell off the balcony.
I assume he crawled away and got picked up.
And got picked up. That mask has been in what? The evidence lockers, whatever the
Oh,
hell it
yeah.
is. They're not going to take care of that thing. They don't give a shit.
No.
But the fact that the man has one eye because he got stabbed in the eye with a hanger in Halloween '78.
They're not missing a beat.
Attention to detail, man.
It's very important.
I mean, it's just, dude.
I love this picture.
I do
I
too.
love this
I
picture
do too.
because this is almost a heroic portrayal of Myers.
Yeah,
I mean, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
he's back. Like
Yep.
it's one of the first pictures they actually. Actually, I believe this is the shot on that poster.
when he puts yeah,
Right when he puts
too,
the mask
and I
on,
think,
he goes
when
up.
he puts it, it comes up. Yep.
To me, that is that's a hero's welcoming. I'm telling you, he is the hero in these movies. It's
You
like
can't
an
help but
unspoken
like him.
hero.
And then this one, to me, again, how you said the mask changes in each shot.
Yeah.
I think in this shot from 2018, it looks a lot like Dick Warlock's Halloween 2.
And I want to point out, he looks
With the
angrier.
collar. Yeah.
He looks angrier.
Well,
This
about it,
Michael
man.
seems angry.
Think about it, dude. You've been sitting for 40 years.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah, he ain't happy.
No.
He's coming to get your ass,
With
you
the
know?
teeth and all that dropping the teeth.
Exactly.
Like, that's not even something that 1978 Michael
No.
does. So he's got a lot of pent-up aggression.
Exactly.
So we're going to see something.
Which, if you think about that scene, though, when he goes into the bathroom and the girl's in there, a lot of, real close to the Halloween H2O.
I was going to say, a throwback to H2O and the girl, yeah.
Yep. But I think, to me, though, it looks a lot like Dick Warlock. And I'll tell you why. Look at the collar.
Collar's
And
up.
just look at the mask itself. It's more that shot than this one.
This one up here, it does look
Looks a lot like Dick Warlock.
And he's got kind of the slick,
Yeah.
more of the slick, whereas the original Michael Myers hair looked like my hair, where it's kind of like, I've seen shadows of myself and jump back because I got the hair.
Get that Michael Myers
I got the
hair.
same Michael Myers hair.
Dude, we got a lot more to talk about, so we're going to take a break.
Couple minutes. And then we
We'll
got
be right
theories coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
That's a
All right, and we are back. We are here with our final segment. Unfortunately, it's our final segment because I feel like we could go forever on this stuff.
Man, we can do this all
Listen,
day.
there will be another Halloween episode at
There
some
has
point in
to
time.
be.
We haven't even covered the other
Especially
movies
after
in the
this movie comes out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna do timelines. We'll talk about the remakes, but let's not get too off track here because we want to talk about theories. Before we get started, when they were filming the movie, what did they come with again? Is it Agent Orange?
No. A lot of times when they film movies and they don't want people to like wander on set and they don't want to really get the word out right away, they come up with like this secret code name. And for this one, it was called Uncle Orange. Dude,
Everybody thought they were
what
making
in
a
the
movie
world?
about Donald Trump.
Right? What the fuck do you think in your head? You think Uncle Orange? That does not scream Michael Myers at all, which is perfect because you don't want people to know what the hell you're doing.
No.
So it's great. But dude, I got some theories, man. I got some theories. Sophie's got a few theories too.
She's got a few.
She barked in on that one. But I got some theories, dude. The first one, I got to talk about this guy here, who clearly
This dumb bastard who arguably kicks this whole thing off by going in and
Let me
antagonizing
just
the
say this,
psycho.
dude. If this isn't the definition of poking the bear,
Oh, God. Why would
I don't know what is.
I remember
okay?
watching the trailer. Me and my dad watched it. Because of course, I made my dad, who's not a Halloween fan, I made my dad watch the trailer. And we're watching, and he goes, well, why the hell would you do that?
Exactly.
Which is a good point. Why would you do that?
All right, now, here's the thing, man.
Well, we're going to see. Maybe this is why he does it.
He's got a British accent, number
Yeah.
one. Who else has a British accent in the Halloween series?
For 15 years,
Exactly.
I watched.
Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Where do you get the mask from? Now, okay, I get it. Him and his partner, whoever she may be, are investigating Michael Myers. But why'd you wait 40 years to do so?
Yeah.
My question is, I don't want to say he's a son because I think he looks too young to be Loomis' son because, let's
He's
face
related
it,
in some way.
if Loomis was still alive, he'd be over 100 years old.
Right.
Okay, so I think this is a grandson. Or they might flip the script and that girl may be related. Who knows?
Could be. Here's the thing, too. Like, I just thought about this. As much as Laurie has spent the last 40 years being obsessed with Michael Myers, regardless of what timeline you're looking at, knowing what we know about Loomis, Dr. Loomis is obsessed with Michael Myers.
Absolutely.
Even after he was locked up, I'm sure Dr. Loomis would talk to his children, his grandchildren, the paper boy, a random sports call-in show.
And not even to jump timelines, but look at Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
At the beginning of that, when they went to his...
He had plastered all over his... Yeah.
Everywhere.
So...
This dude has every one of those things on file, including a sketch of Dr. Loomis.
And who would have the authority in the pool to get a hold of the mask?
Exactly.
The psychiatrist, the acting psychiatrist.
Now, a lot of people are saying there's a scene where he's talking, I believe the Jamie Lee Curtis at this point, but where actually I think he's talking to the girl that he's with, and he says he was shot by his psychiatrist, so they would say, well, why did he just save my dad? Because maybe they don't want to give everything away in the trailer, everybody.
Right. Right. If you're making a movie, you got to be professional and all that. You know, you
don't want to
you wouldn't want to like drink.
You don't want to drink pour
while you're doing it. No.
Right.
I don't know why I'm so. It's sour. It's tart.
It looks terrible, dude. My theory is they're definitely in some way related. I don't know what. I don't know if it's a grandson, a nephew, something. They are related in some way.
I think it's a good theory.
I think that would just put that nice little Loomis touch in the movie where he's not going to be in.
Yeah.
All right.
And you got to do that.
You have to.
They're not going to just cut Loomis out of the movie. There's going to be
this one.
I love this.
This one. Okay. Now, if your mom is, we'll say, 60 years old, so she's roughly in her 40s.
So that's Laurie's daughter. That's Judy Greer.
Right.
Playing Laurie's daughter.
The man next to her, clearly an older man. I don't think she'd be dating this guy.
Right.
Okay? So my question is this Laurie's ex? And if so,
The father of her children.
is it Ben Tramer from Halloween 1?
Now, keep in mind, a lot of you might do what I did and immediately jump to, well, Ben Tramer's dead. You got to know he's not, because Halloween 2 is no longer in the continuity. So Ben Tramer is very much alive and well, we assume.
I mean, you would think.
You would think. There's Michael didn't kill him.
No.
Loomis didn't kill him.
Nope.
So Ben Tramer, so that it makes
Dick Warlock dressed as a police officer driving a police car didn't kill him either.
Right,
Hey,
right.
That didn't happen. You know.
So yeah, no, I think that actually that might be probably the most accurate prediction you can make. I do believe that that's Ben Tramer.
Tell me it wouldn't just be a fun little throwback.
It would make sense.
Seriously.
It would make sense. The only other thing you could do is you could say he's Jimmy the ambulance guy, but again, that character doesn't necessarily exist.
He doesn't exist. Exactly.
It's not as good.
No.
We know she liked Ben Tramer.
Right.
We know that her friends were setting up a date with Ben
That's
Tramer.
all we knew. That's all we knew.
So it stands to reason that that's who that is.
Absolutely.
Ben Tramer, I really agree. It's definitely Ben Tramer. I would be willing, if I was going to make a pure assumption on anything, it just makes sense. We know that they're doing the Easter eggs. We know they're honoring every single sequel. It's got to be Ben Tramer.
If you're going to put whoever he may be in this role, he might just be in the movie just to die. Who knows?
And he probably will.
Absolutely.
Actually, I think we may see him getting in the trailer. So I don't think this
So
guy's
that's the
gonna
thing, but to make him Ben Tramer,
Poor
just
Ben
makes it more
Tramer.
fun.
He's got to die. Ben Tramer's just always been a character.
I mean, he's already dead,
Right.
but not in this timeline.
Right.
So that's cool.
Alternate reality, he dies again.
If we're talking theories, man, I got to touch on something. Okay, this is one of my things. Like, I read a lot of people asking the question, why would Laurie, for 40 years, harp on the fact that this happened to her? Why would she obviously take gun lessons? Why is she shooting mannequins? Why does she have a house full of...
And I just want to point out this is a stupid question, and I'll tell you why.
No, it is, and that's the thing, man. Like, why does she have this house with booby traps and, like, these trap doors and all this other... and cameras everywhere? Let me ask this question. If something that traumatizing happened to you in your life, you have two options. You seek help, because you're going to need it, okay? And you better yourself, and you do what she's done, and you're scared shitless for the rest of your fucking life, dude.
Well, what happens when people go and they go off to war?
Yeah.
They come back home. They've seen terrible things. They've been involved in terrible things. They
They're
wake up
not-
in a cold sweat.
They're
That's
not the same person.
Exactly.
You're never going to be
Right.
the same
She
person.
has post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yep.
That coupled with the fact that Michael's not dead, and as
Well,
long
actually,
as Michael Myers is
Wouldn't that
alive,
be post-Michael Myers syndrome, though?
which is worse.
Right. That actually is worse.
We're going to get flagged and we're going to get protested now, but no.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
Just saying.
but the thing is you went through this kind of a trauma, which is a trauma. Three of your friends were brutally murdered, which is another interesting thing, which I want to get to after this. But anyway, three of your friends were brutally murdered. You were almost killed. Actually, you came so close. You have a scar on your arm to remind you every day of that night.
Take it as a bad relationship. Okay, you date somebody, things don't work out, you break up. You get married, things don't work out, you break up. That fucks with you.
No, there's no
It
question.
fucks with your life, man. It messes you up in the future for future things. If that isn't enough indication of what something like this would do to you,
Yeah.
40 years later, and if you're not scared shitless out of your life every Halloween when it comes out, which they touched on H2O,
As long as that
there's your
man,
answer.
as long as that man is still living and breathing,
and she knows this.
and she knows that he's still living and breathing, you got two choices. You can pray that he never gets out,
Yeah.
or realize that he could get out.
But you do realize her thing is she's been praying for all those years and he
She
did get out.
wants him out,
because she wants
which
to
is
kill him.
because why remain a victim?
Right. And that's the thing. That was your other option. Either you sit around and you sulk about it for the rest of your life, or you do what the fuck she did,
Right.
and you step up and make yourself no longer the victim. You're ready to fight.
And she says he's been waiting for me, but you know what?
She's
I've been waiting for him.
Exactly.
And that's the movie. That's what it is. Like Laurie looks badass in this.
But here's the thing, though, too. Think about this theory. She's just as much obsessed with him as he is with her. It's not the brother and sister connection anymore.
No.
It's simply because she's the one that got away.
Yeah. He wants her, and it goes back because now, part of the beauty of the original movie, he chose her as his victim when she dropped the key off at the Myers house.
Yep.
He just saw her and thought, that's the one.
Yep. Some people throw out the theory of, maybe he saw her and thought, boy, she reminds me a lot of my sister.
Mm-hmm.
You can go that route with this one.
Sure.
You know that.
It's like they're not related, but
no,
they're still kind of brother
but there's
and sister
something
in that way.
there.
There's
something there.
But again, she might even be more obsessed with him. And I say that because of that one photo, he is clearly walking away, and she's not letting him go.
No.
He's clearly walking away.
It shows that she's not the Laurie Strode of 78.
Right.
She's not going to run away from you. She's coming at you full force.
So I think that she is going to be stalking him.
Yeah, which makes him in turn the victim and her the aggressor.
And it very well does.
And that's the thing that I said, that they flipped the script like Rob Zombie did in Devil's Rejects.
And it'll be easy to do with Michael Myers, because people already love Michael Myers.
Exactly. I don't care if he's a fucking serial killer or not. You like the character. You're invested in the character.
He's been around for so long. He's almost a household name. Mm-hmm. Now I want to point something out. I had mentioned the 3 victims. Now at the beginning of the movie, they said, he murdered 3 people on Halloween night, 1978.
Right.
They don't mention the 4th victim, which was Michael's sister. So there were some theories. Are they cutting that out, or are they just saying he never killed? I don't think they are.
He didn't essentially. Now, if you're talking 78, though, he killed her back in 63.
63, right? And if you look at the photos they released, there is a Judith Myers headstone. Mm-hmm. And here's another thing. I've been going back and forth. I want to talk to you about this. Here's a theory. Here's my theory. How's the movie going to open up? Are we going to open up in present day, or are they going to go back? Are you going to hear the gunshots in 1978 and see Michael crawling? And this is what I would like to see. I would like to see Michael crawling, just barely alive, crawling away from where, and that would explain why he was gone. Right. He gets taken into custody. Next shot is at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, which, if you look at some of the photos released, there are Haddonfield Memorial Hospital logos, which means the hospital, Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, is going to be in the movie, whether it be at the beginning or at the end, or in the middle somewhere.
Which, again, is another Easter egg for people that remember.
Right, for the second movie.
Exactly.
So, how great would it be to see this scene of Michael Myers in a trauma room, getting bullets extracted, surgeons working on him, a lot like when the way Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 opened up, would just make it this bloody scene, like what a trauma surgery would look like, and then he gets incarcerated.
Because at that point, it's okay to show him as a vulnerable person.
Because and that would really drive that point home. Even have him flatline a couple times. Yeah. You know what I mean? Make it as realistic as possible.
I don't know how true this is. I've never actually seen this confirmed or not, but they say this movie is going to be over 2 hours. If that's the case, then you have to get a little bit of that 78.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Halloween Return script that they were going to do that in some form,
and maybe they kept some of that.
I hope that I would like to see it. I mean, I'm not going to be totally disappointed if they don't, but I really think that if you, especially because you're going to have you're still going to have this audience that's still confused as to what is this? When does this take place? Right. So if you open with that, the 5 shots, show him fall out of the balcony.
People are going to walk into the theater confused.
Exactly.
They're going to leave the theater confused.
Right. But they
still don't get it.
Exactly. But you could clear it up right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. He was taken to the hospital, incarcerated.
If you're a fan of the 78 version and you've seen it and you know all about it, you watched the whole franchise, you're good. Mm-hmm. You walk into a theater not knowing anything about it and think this is the first ever Halloween movie, you're fucked because you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right. Yeah. Or even if you saw the 78 movie and haven't been around since and you think, oh, well, I'll go check out this new Halloween movie, you're going to watch it. Or if you've seen all the sequels and you're thinking you're going and seeing, what's going to happen with the Curse of Thorn, the Call of Thorn,
right,
you know what I mean?
I don't think it's going to make an appearance in this one.
No. So you have to, although you may see the thorn somewhere in the background in the stall, in the bathroom stall.
Yeah,
you see that?
I saw that.
It's there.
Yeah. If you erase some of the stuff that comes out to be the thorn symbol, which I have tattooed right there, actually. Yeah. So don't flag me for that. It's whatever.
That's just a line with a
Don't worry about
the greater than sign.
Dude, let me tell you, this has been an absolute blast. We covered so much stuff, and so much stuff that we didn't get a chance to touch on.
Yeah, we could go on probably for days.
And eventually we're going
to get to the whole series. We're going to do. We don't want to do it all in one night.
No. I can't wait to see this movie when it comes out. I know we talked a little bit about our next episode, which is going to be one of my personal favorites.
I'm looking forward to this.
Is cheesy horror movies.
Cheesy horror movies.
And dude, let's be honest. Some of you hate them. Some of you love them. I love them because they're so bad.
Some of us love to hate them.
Yeah, and that's how it is, man.
You know what? I think that like cheesy horror movies, and don't forget, some classics came out of the cheesy genre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was about as cheesy as it gets, and we'll someday do a show on that.
But one of the classic movies of all time.
Yeah. One of the best. It's right up there with Halloween as far as what it did for the genre.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to it. I have a few picks. I know you have a few good ones.
Oh man, I can't even wait.
And we'll also talk about some horror movies that were just awful. Some cheesy movies that were just awful.
Listen, I have one that. Oh god, just wait, just wait. It's terrible.
So next time, our next show, episode 2. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this as much as we did.
We hope so.
This was fun. We'll get better at it and more organized. We'll have more skits, more goofy stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know there's a few shout outs.
Oh yeah, dude. I wanted to say what's up to my boy Tony, who actually shared the same theory with me on the Dr. Loomis being related to random British guy. He actually texted me the other day, and he said this, and he said that to me. And I said, dude, that's my thoughts exactly.
Tony's a friend of ours who's we've been kind of group messaging around on Facebook, tagging each other and everything else ever since.
He's as excited as we are about this new movie. And definitely the guys on Instagram, man, Michael Myers and Halloween H40. Follow those guys, man. Awesome pictures. Everything Halloween related to this new movie.
Listen, I'm looking forward to the movie release. And you know what? I'm looking forward to the ride too. Because there's so much stuff. The hype train is a lot of fun right now.
They're going to release so much more shit up until... We're probably going to get at least maybe one more trailer.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure of it. And so anyway, for those of you who are just chomping at the bit, going crazy because you want this movie out now, I say just slow down, enjoy the ride. This is a good time to be a Halloween fan because we're going to get a new movie. We're going to get more trailers. And then, hopefully a sequel after that. But right now, this is where we're at. And I'm pumped about it.
Me too, man. I couldn't even... Man, listen, opening night, I'm there.
Oh,
if they do a midnight on Thursday...
Oh, that would be great. That would be ideal. I think they will. I think they will. What would be really cool... We're going right back into it.
No, I'll tell you what I want.
Probably the same thing I want.
On the same page. Yeah. I'm driving to do 78 and this one
back to back. I will sit for 4+ hours.
I don't care. Nope. I don't care.
Munching on my popcorn, eating my candy, and I will watch. You know what? You could do a marathon and play every Halloween movie, and I'll show up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I will be there all day, and we will watch
the whole weekend. Basically,
we'll do this. We'll do this.
If somewhere doesn't do,
they should do
78, 2000.
They should, and I would be surprised if they don't. I would suggest that they would probably on a midnight showing around 10 o'clock show Halloween 78, and then midnight when they're allowed to show the new movie show a new Halloween movie. I would be surprised if somebody doesn't do that. So next week, cheesy horror movies.
Before we jump off on a huge
we can start another show.
Yeah.
I'm as excited though about that, and I know I got some good ones. You do as well. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Maybe someday we'll get a Facebook page up, websites, all that fun stuff.
If you want to debate us on anything we came up with.
Yeah, if you think we're full of shit, if you think the mask looks terrible, whatever, let us know. And believe me, we will respond.
Oh, most definitely.
So, we'll talk.
See you guys next time.
First show. Great, that worked out really well. That's where the closet's open.
clothes.
Ow!
What? What are you doing in the closet?
Well, I was gonna try to scare you, but you could fucking hit me with the door, you asshole.